Everybody? What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, huh? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Good to see you all on. Um, I promised um, that I would come back and teach this tonight. Hey, Joy Favre, girl, I miss you. Where you been, Joy Favre? I was playing about on Facebook the other day and saw you. So good to see you. Jamie B, Karen Foy, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Santana. What's up, everybody? Let me put this a little closer. The closer I get to you. What's up, everybody? Let everybody know we're going to deal with today. I need you to put this in the chat in all caps for me. Put this in the chat. 6 ways to stop doubting yourself. 6 ways to stop doubting yourself. Yeah. Boy, hope I had a good day today. We fasting today, remember? Finishing out the fast today, fruits, vegetables, nuts, berries, beans, rice, those type of things. What's up, Dee Dee? Okay, you all. Hey, so loop a couple of people in as people are coming on. Put it in all caps for me. What's up, Jamie B? Deborah Pierce. 6 ways to stop doubting yourself. 6 ways to stop doubting yourself. Because we all do it. Okay? Let's just be honest. We all do it sometimes, right? Hey, Carl. We all doubt ourselves at times. But there's so many reasons why, First of all, this is the first thing I need you to understand. Doubting yourself, Dr. Bridget, is the blood pressure of the mind. Doubting yourself is the blood pressure of the mind. It's the silent killer. You don't even realize that you are doing it until it's already done. Deb, let me get everybody caught up. We don't own anything. God owns everything. If God owns everything, that means that we own nothing. If God owns everything, that means that we own nothing. We are only here to manage what God gives to us. We are not owners. We are managers. He gave us time. He gave us talent. He gave us treasure. He gave us opportunity. Okay? He gave us a gift. And he gave us money or resources. And this is what he wants us to manage. You must get out of the mindset that you own anything. Please get that out of your mindset. You don't own anything at all. God says it's all mine. And I gave it to you to manage. Now, you can be a good manager or you can be a poor manager. It's totally up to you. Whether you want to be a good manager or a poor manager. God says, you know what? You can do this if you want to. I'm going to tell you how to do it. I'm going to tell you how to do it. And then let you reap the benefits of you doing what I told you how to do. Think about that. And outside of things that we have to manage, time, talent, and treasure, opportunity, giftings, and money, okay? One of the things that God told me we have to do is manage the middle. Manage the middle. What's up, Shanta to Richmond? Manage the middle. What does that mean? Between the time that God made the promise and the time that the promise comes to pass, it's called the middle. Between the time that God made the promise and the promise coming to pass is called the middle. That's what we have to manage. That's what we have to manage. That's what we have to manage. We have to manage the middle. Because if we don't manage the middle, life is going to overwhelm us. If we don't manage the middle, life is going to beat us. It is between the time that God made the promise and the promise coming to pass that we must learn how to manage. There's some things that you're going to have to manage along the way, just as the children of Israel did. Along the way to the promised land, the first thing they had to manage was indecisiveness. Let me ask you a question. How many of us actually wrestle a lot with indecisiveness? Wave your hand back at me. Hey, Medney. Indecisiveness. We wrestle with it sometimes. We wrestle with it sometimes. We wrestle with it sometimes. And when we're indecisive, many times unworthiness can creep in. You have good intentions, but you know you need help. And you keep messing it up. You keep messing it up. You keep messing it up. You keep messing it up because you know what God told you. Let me tell you something that many times is one of the hardest things to learn. It is very often hard to learn new things at times when you really respect and honor the person you learned it from. Hey, Sherelle. You really, it becomes challenging to learn something new when what you learned not only is dear to your heart, but the person you learned it from is so dear to you. And sometimes you self-sabotage. We all do it. And when you doubt yourself, doubting yourself is the blood pressure of the mind. I think I found the answer, some answers to this situation, this circumstance, this issue of doubting ourselves. Paul said in Romans chapter number 8 and verse number 18, he says, I realize that I don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes. I can will it, I can think about it, but I can't do it. Why? Because inside of all of us, there's a little voice that does not believe that we are able of handling the pain that comes with growth. There's a little voice in all of us that says, just like Paul, I don't have what it takes to get the job done. He says in verse number 19, he says, I decide to do good, but I don't really do it. I decide to do bad, Lord have mercy, but I do it anyway. I wish somebody would just wave back at me. When I decide to do good, I don't do it. But when I decide indifference, when I decide to do bad, I do it anyway. Come on, please, somebody. See, the children of Israel did not have a problem in the middle on the way to the promised land until they started repeating the negative words of their enemies. What you say about you, to you, is all that really matters. I need you to get that. What you say about you, to you, is all that really matters. You're not snared by the words that come out of anybody else's mouth. You're a snare for the words that come out of your mouth. 6 ways to stop doubting yourself. Let me give you the first 3 I gave this morning in case you need to get caught up. Number 1, overgeneralization. Just overgeneralize everything. Okay, you were in a bad relationship. I understand. We've all been in them. You were in a bad relationship, but now you're starting to date again, and if the person you're with does anything at all that reminds you at all of what you went through, because you overgeneralize all relationships, then all of you, I can see this coming along from a long way. And you start doubting yourself because you put everything in a generalized category. Mm-hmm. If he does anything that remind me of the last one. No, you're hypersensitive because you're hurt. You're hypersensitive because you're hurt. Number 2, right quick, get rid of the shoulds. Get rid of the shoulds. Now, this is real common for people like you, Joy Fall, because you're an overachiever. You're successful. And successful people sometimes can start doubting themselves when they start saying things like, I should be further than I am right now. I should be making more money at this stage of my life right now. I should. Get rid of the shoulds. Get rid of the shoulds. Get rid of the shoulds. Mm-hmm. I should be married by now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Number 3. Just recap, not getting rest. Watch absolute words. Watch absolute words. Like never. Always. They never choose me. I'm always the one that comes out wrong. Even in a marriage, Sherelle, we got to watch stuff like never and always, absolute words. Like you never take me out to dinner. You never do this. You always do that. Because then if the person can find one time when they did do what you thought they should do, now the argument goes to the next level. Watch absolute words. Number 3, and this is going to really sound kind of strange. Number 4, rather. Number 4. It's really going to sound strange when it comes to self-doubt. But it's going to take a little thought to grasp this one. And that is this. Number 4. And I'm explaining in a minute, and I need you to listen to me. You're not a mind reader. You're not a mind reader. You're not a mind reader. What does that mean? Now, please listen to me. What's up, Diamond? Please listen to me. Hey, Pepper. When we read other people's mind, when we read minds, we assume that we know how other people are thinking and feeling. When we read minds, we assume we know how people are thinking and feeling. In particular, how they think and feel about us. When we read minds, we are saying we assume that we know how people feel about us. Okay? You see somebody, They didn't speak like they normally do. What do you start saying? Did I do something? What's wrong? It will cause you to doubt yourself. You are not a mind. Put this in the chat. I am not a mind reader. Do that, please. When you think you can read somebody's mind, when you think you can read somebody's mind, or when you think that um, you know what somebody is thinking, this is an attempt to self-protect. This comes from an attempt to self-protect. If you believe you know what other people are thinking, then you can predict and be prepared for how they will act towards you. And because in all likelihood, you're anticipating negative behavior. See, when you're always anticipating negative behavior, when you're always anticipating negative behavior from people and trying to make people always prove that they love you, people get tired of having to prove themselves to you. People, let me say that again. People get tired of having to prove themselves to you. I am not a mind reader. That is draining. Got to prove my love to you every day. Let me tell you something. One of the, Prophet Fran, we just elevated her to the office of prophet. And it was a glorious, beautiful, anointed experience. And the way the experience was designed was more like a combination between a worship experience and an award show and a consecration, kind of all mixed up into one, tastefully done. But the highlight of the evening to me was from Reverend Pastor Pat Watson, pastor with her husband of the Watson Memorial Temple here in New Orleans. And her and Prophet Fran have been friends for 20 years. 20 years, every year she invited Prophet Fran to come preach at their church at the Easter service, 20 years in a row. That's like a record. And she made her comments. She looked beautiful. She was elegant. She was poised. She was articulate. She was kind. She was gentle. She was thoughtful. And she said this at the end. She said, to this degree, I'm your friend, and I don't have to do anything else to prove it. Boom. I'm your friend, and I don't have to do anything else to prove it. That's the kind of people you want in your life. You are not a mind reader. I'm your friend. And I'm like, have mercy, thank you, Jesus. Because some people want you to spend the rest of their lives, even if y'all had a disagreement, had an argument, would it spend the rest of your life with your lips glued to their behind. This will make you, let me tell you something. There's some people that will make you doubt yourself because you're like, I know I did right by them. And they coming at you acting crazy. You start telling yourself, well, maybe I did. But have you ever had somebody to accuse you of doing something you know you didn't did, and by the time the disagreement was over, you was questioning yourself, saying, did I say something wrong? And you didn't say nothing wrong. You're not a mind reader. It will cause you to doubt yourself. These are subtle yet simple things that will cause you to doubt yourself. Number 5. This was a big one. Take the compliment. Why can't you take a compliment? Oh, that's a nice dress you had on. Oh, this old dress. My God, you look good today. Oh, Lord, I don't feel like it. Why is that important? Because if you routinely minimize positive statements that are made about you, please hear me. If you routinely minimize positive statements about you, you slowly rewrite the good memories you have about you. The brain is the world's greatest computer. And if you keep writing on top of stuff, eventually it's going to bury the information basically at the bottom. If you keep minimizing positive comments that are made about you, you slowly rewrite the good memories you have about you. Just take the compliment. What's some nice shoes? Oh no, it's my cousin's shoes. Say thank you. Thank you. You look nice too. How about hitting the ball back over the fence? Take the if you don't take the compliment, you will begin to doubt yourself. I gotta go. Last one. Last one. And I need y'all to hear me on this one, because a lot of y'all do this too much. Stop playing the procrastination game. This may be the biggest one of all. It's the root of all distractions. Stop playing the procrastination game. I got a meeting. I gotta go. I love y'all. Delilah in the story of Samson and Delilah, when um, when Delilah came against Samson, right? And let me tell you something. It wasn't about, the relationship wasn't about sex between Samson and Delilah. He could have had any woman he wanted. He was Samson. He was beautiful, had beautiful hair. He was well built. Wasn't all muscular like you see. He was leanly built, but he was very strong. That's what the miracle was. And all the stuff that she went through to set him up. Guess what Delilah's name means? It means procrastination. Putting off for today, for tomorrow, what you should do today. And when you play that game, it causes you to doubt yourself. 6 ways to doubt yourself. Number 1, overgeneralization. Every man ain't a dog. Number 2, get rid of the shoulds. I should do this, I should do that. Number 3, watch absolute words. It never happens for me, it always happens for them. Even in the relationship with your husband and your wife. Number 4, you're not a mind reader. You can't spend the rest of your life proving other people that you love them. Number 5, take the compliment, because if you don't take the compliment, you rewrite what the good things you know about you. And finally, stop playing the procrastination game. If God said do it now. I love y'all. I got a meeting. I'm 3 minutes late. I love y'all a lot. Love, live, inspire. See y'all later. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.